To measure progress or forward mobility, we must remember some important factors. Where do we want to go? What do we want to accomplish? The most important thing to do, which is often forgotten, is to look or to think about where we have been. As the old cliche goes, how can we know where we're going if we don't know where we've been? The following presentation is an oral history of the Black experience in Burke County. The Burke Cultural Arts Coalition invites you to take this minute to look back.
Can you tell us about your family tree? Can you tell us about your parents? Were your grandparents, were they slaves or were they children of slaves? Miss Moore?
Well, I've heard my mother tell me, said they used to have to go in a bow, to say the prayers. That was in slavery. And she said that if they sang anything, they'd have to get in a bow, put the head up on the bow, do the singing, anything they did like that. And she said that she had saw the people put nails in the bows and put some of the old people, didn't draw them. And they put them in that barrel and roll them down a hill. Now she said and told us that. And said it was be punishing them for. They didn't allow them to pray, didn't allow them to sing, and didn't allow them to do anything on what they wanted them to do. I've heard her tell that.
Do you know about what time of year this was? What year this was?
Well, no, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that, I don't guess. But I've heard her tell that in a lifetime, telling us, now what a hard time they'd have, and they didn't allow them to do nothing on it, what they allowed them to. Anybody was come in late, anything, they scraped you over the bow and whooped you good.
I know my poor parents, but I don't know about no slavery. I know the Yim but I mean, anything about slavery, huh? Because my granddaddy, when he come up, I don't know about all the time much, but he had sheep and things like that, but it's on and yoke and all. But I don't know about, about West school. We went to old school. I remember going to his old law school house. I had to walk about 5 miles to it. And whereas the church was a Methodist church at Rock Hill. That's where I went to, Rock Hill.
You're a native of Burke County?
Yeah, Burke County. Born in Burke County.
Was the school that you went to, was it up here in this area?
Yeah, it's up here at the head of the lake over at Rock Hill. Where Rock Hill Church used to be up there. Used to be an old law school house up there.
Did anybody else in here attend that same school?
No, I did.
Could you tell us some more about that same school?
Well, yes, it was just a little old bitty house built, one door, and some windows. About 2 minutes, and the old heater, old big heater sitting in the middle of the floor. We had to go out and break wood to put in it and make fires. And it'd be so cold, good gracious, we had a time now. And it'd about 30 or 40 or 50 children in that one little school. And we had to walk 5 miles, I know, crossing the bridge, walking on log, going to that school. And I told my children I told my grandchildren and my children too, that they had a better time than we had. But the buses was running right up to the door and picking them up and carrying them to school. And we had to walk, rain or snow, we used to walk into school. And one little old school and all the benches was set around, and all these children in one room.
How many grades were in that schoolroom?
Well, they had, first the men, they had 6th and 7th grade, 8th, and to the 8th.
Grade up to 7th.
You went up to the 7th grade?
Yeah, 7th.
Where did you go after the 7th grade?
They didn't go anywhere. We didn't have nowhere else to go.
Were there no higher education available for you?
No.
Do you know how the first church was established in this area or the area that you come from?
And we used to go out here to this little church, Shiloh, that's a colored church. Me and my husband would take our children and go there, and we always enjoyed it. And that's been a long time.
Do you know what you enjoyed at the church or why you enjoyed it?
Singing, and it was so friendly. I just always loved to go. And I'm still going whenever I get a chance.
Could you tell us how you, when you first came up here to live in Lake James area?
Times was real dark when I come up. You had to eat on, didn't have no good homes or nothing like that. And we had it hard, but still we're living. You should be proud about that. And I don't have too much to say for this time. But I know we're having a good time now. You want to know the year I was born?
Yeah.
1890.
What kind of work did he do at that time, your husband?
Well, I was working at a tannery down here. They had a tannery down here. People worked at the tannery. That's been a good while ago. In Moulton, there was a tannery. And all the colored people, white too, a lot of them worked at that tannery. Tannery was running. Yes, but I had nobody at it after my husband died.
Did you work at the tannery, Mr. Coverson?
Yeah, I went there, but it was in 34 when I went there. I went there in 35.
1934. What type of work did they do at the tannery?
Well, they made leather. They get the hide, put it in the soap water, take them soap water to the lime pole, and on up about 6 days, and then they put it in there and bring it to a hair machine, flush machine, and to the grain, and then made leather out. I mean, put it in this clear water soap. Then they took it from there to about what it made, the liquid stuff, and put it in they stayed in there about 9 or 10 days, or maybe longer. And they made that, took the leather off, and made leather out of it, and shipped the leather off. See, hides come from places Cuba, South America, places like that.
Okay, after you went through that process of getting the hide ready, what did you do after it was ready?
Well, after it was ready, she went to the leather room, and they had a leather room, you know, they rolled it. Then after they rolled it, then they packed it and shipped it out. I started at 10, 38 cents an hour. I went from 38 cents, worked up to $1. When I first started 38, and when I worked up to $1 and 40-something cents out. When I before I left, that's what I made, 38 cents. That's back that time.
During the Depression, did you survive a lot by having your own gardens, making your own clothes, or?
I know when we used to go to town, a lot of time we walk half the way and have a wagon along, but some ride a while and some walk a while, you see. There's men of smoking going. And we get to town and we had, there's a lady, that's when they was giving food to the people. And they have us all to meet in town. Well, we had to get in line on that street. I've been there many days. And they give flour, and they give meat, and they give potatoes, and they, you know, the sugar got ready, so they give sugar.
They were giving this away, or were you buying it?
No, they're giving this way. And then they'd have beans and rice and such stuff as that to give it to you. I know a woman named Miss Sneeze or something. She was a big old fat lady, white lady. Well, we'd always in that line, white and colored in it. Had you know, you know we was in that line, and one day that they sugar, you know, it was everybody's rushing to get up, you know, of course they could. You had to go for a day, and then you would get in the line. The line would be superb, and then we was getting in it. And we'd get in that line, and we waited there. And when we come up to Mrs. Nees, and if she got tired of waiting on people, she decided, ain't no more, you have to come back tomorrow.
What kind of line was this? Why were they giving the food away? Was this during the Depression or what?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I thought that must have been.
Yes, well, no. Now somebody else in here know about that besides me. It's a shame to tell it, but I'm not ashamed to tell nothing.
But I've heard about it. Who was the president? I wasn't in it, but I've heard about it.
Yes, I've been in it plenty of days. Because my husband died, and my children was little. I had 8 children. And I had to leave these lines, get some food to help feed them.
And you had to go by wagon to get it?
Yes, sometimes walk.
Thank the Lord for that.
From up here in
From
Lake
up here to Lake, from Lake Jane, from then to Moe.
Jane? How long did that take you?
Oh, Lord. Took you all day if you didn't go before day. If you didn't get up in the morning and leave home soon, you'd be late getting in the line.
We stay all day for £1 a lard.
My Lord.
Stayed all day for £1 a lard.
Yes, sometime I've been there and had to leave and didn't get a thing because
Nothing.
the line's so large. And when we got there, we'd have to get way behind that crowd. And when she got tired of giving, ain't no more, come back next week or one day next week. That's the way it went. I'm telling like it goes. I ain't telling no lie.
Well, during that time of Depression, were there any jobs at all?
No.
Did anybody work?
No, I knocked, yes, there's plenty of jobs washing and ironing. Washing, I've washed them any day all day for 50 cents, $1. Sure, you women don't know. You don't know, Tammy.
Was your children's education delayed during this time? Did they have to start school
They didn't.
late?
No, they didn't know. The children didn't get no further than about the 3rd or the 4th grade, and they had to come out and go to work.
Where did they work?
In fields for white people, that's what. Work in field, pick peas and pull corn, or anything they want to do.
Did they ever have a chance to go back to school?
Well, this one school teacher for a whole lot of children. It's not like this now. You see, we didn't have the time. Our children didn't get the time children's getting now. And I didn't get it when I come on.
It had a one room.
One room and all them young's packed in now.
Back when, in the slavery days, I've heard them say that if you was a good slave to the white family, maybe after the slavery was abolished, that the white man probably, if he had a good slave, he would give him a little piece of land, you know, to get to keep him, because that slave had been good to him. Of course, I imagine there was some that was mean to him. And I think back today, if how those parents felt, I saw it on television, how they felt when maybe they had a child upsold in slavery, because I don't think I could stand for one of my children to have been sold into slavery.
Special thanks to Catherine Brown, Josephine Burnside, Irene Connolly, Ben Culbertson, Pete Dale, Frank Fleming, Eva Forney, Maud Forney, Mamie Gibbs, Irish Lefevers, Edna Moore, Donnie Moore, Marshall Rutherford, and Otelia Williams. Produced and directed by James Johnson. Series interviewers were Beverly Carlton, Executive Director, Yvonne McGimpsey, Chairman, James Johnson, Co-Chairman, Jim McLean, Public Relations. This is a 1979 production of the Burke Cultural Arts Coalition.